All right, guys, so let's finish up this synthesis essay. The essential questions are, how do you format your paper and how do you do your works cited? So, first off, paper formatting. Make sure you've watched the video instructions for either paper formatting in Google Docs or paper formatting in Pages. So when you click on the assignment, you'll see those two links. You choose whichever one applies to the app that you're using to type your essay. And seriously, watch it. Take you a couple minutes because there's no sense in losing silly points because it's just not formatted properly. Okay. So here are the key points, but I really recommend watching the video. So last name and page number go in the top right corner. They actually need to go in. They need to be inserted as a header and insert page numbers, and not just type straight into the document yourself. 12-point font, black, Calibri or Times New Roman, preferably Times New Roman. Then in the top left-hand corner, in the document, not in the header, your full name under Miss Haviland, under that, the name of your class, so English 11 or Online English 11 or Honors English 11, and then the date that it's due, which is 31st of May 2019, and make sure you go in that order, day, month, year. There are no commas. And then you're only going to hit one space, like you're going to only hit return once in between each of these, and you're only going to hit return once between the date and the title of your essay. Okay, that's a common mistake. The title needs to be centered and in the same size font, size, and color as the essay, and you only hit return once after the title, and then you start writing your essay. Make sure you indent your paragraphs. Make sure that you do not have, make sure you only hit return once between paragraphs, don't hit return twice. And then the entire document needs to be double spaced. All right, so this is how it will look. You'll see the header with the page numbers. You'll see the information here. You only hit return once for your title. You only hit return once to start your introduction. You indent paragraphs, and you do not leave extra spaces between paragraphs. As far as your title goes, just don't write title or synthesis essay or race. Try to be a little bit more creative than that, but remember that your title is not graded. So as long as you have one, you're good, even if it's, kind of boring. All right, so you need 5 citations on your works cited page. And when you write them on your works cited page, they need to be listed in alphabetical order. So like whatever the first letter is of the citation ends up determining where it gets placed in relation to the others. So this isn't the greatest example because this part right here shouldn't be there, okay? But you don't have any extra spaces, so this would be the top of the page. It doesn't look like it is, but it's the top of the page. And like you don't return down and move it down the page, you don't do that, even though it looks like that here. And then you'll notice, so this isn't the greatest example because we've got all these looking pretty much the same, but they are supposed to be listed in alphabetical order. So you'll see, like if something starts with an A and then a B and then a T or something. All right, so you're going to create your works cited on a new page, but it's still going to be on the same document as your essay, so you just do a page break. It should have the same header with your last name and the page number as the other pages. You're going to label the page works cited. Do not italicize the words works cited. Put them in quotation marks. Make them bold. Make them larger. Color them. Nothing like that. And center them at the top of the page. Double space all citations, but do not skip spaces between entries. So you always only hit return once. If a citation runs onto a second line, you have to indent. It's called a hanging indentation. So make sure you do that. And then all works cited entries end with a period. So just double check that they all end with a period. And then they need to be listed alphabetically as well. So whatever comes first, the first letter, you arrange them alphabetically. Common mistakes, make sure that your web addresses are not hyperlinked, they're not blue, they're not underlined. Once in a while, like let's say you have something down here, if you put the cursor here and you try to tab it over or space it over, it won't do anything. but if you put the cursor up here and then you hit return, then you will be able to tab it over. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so your works cited for your book, you do the author's last name, then the first name of the writer, the title of the book goes in italics, make sure you have a period there and there, the publisher, comma, and the year published, period. So if you did your, well, attached to the assignment, I will have pictures, so you can look on that like page at the beginning of the book and find the publisher and then find the year published. You don't need the city of publication. All right, works cited for the play. So if you're doing August Wilson Fences, which I think everybody is for the most part, you're going to do, I explained this one for you, but that's all right. So author's last name, first name, or comma, first name, period, Fences goes in italics, period. We've got the city of publication, comma, publisher, Penguin Group, comma, and 1986, period. Now, please don't get that one wrong, because I did that one for you. So copy it exactly how it appears. All right. Works cited for the essay. So the last name of the writer, comma, the first name, period. The full title of the essay in speech marks, because it's a shorter work, so shorter works go in speech marks, longer works are italicized. You need a period at the end, and when I say full title of the essay, like just walk on by, colon, black men in public spaces, right? You need the full title, not just like the first part. So the joy of reading and writing, colon, Superman and me. You need the whole title. Publication date, it might say on the essay, you might have to Google it. I just want to be average, can be kind of hard to find. It's 1989, and Two Ways to Belong in America is 1996. Those can be a little tricky, but I think the other ones are okay. All right, works cited for your hook. So you're going to go to whatever page you got your quote on. Hopefully you already have that link so you don't have to go search it up again. And you're going to look at the title at the top of the page. Now, a lot of times this is really tiny and kind of dumb. So like if you used a Brainy Quote one, it'll usually say in black, like at the top really small, whatever you searched, and then quotes. So in this case, social class quotes. So you make sure you have the capital letters, period, and speech marks around it. Then you do the title of the website. So Brainy Quote, or Merriam-Webster's Dictionary, or Oxford Dictionary in italics, and then a comma. And if it fits, you're going to keep the web address here, but if it doesn't fit, then you're going to have to do a hanging indentation, so tab over, do the web address, make sure it's not blue, it's not underlined, and that you put a period after. And then if it fits, put the date you accessed that quote, like that you found it. But if it doesn't fit, then you're going to bring it to the next line, tab it over, and then write accessed, and then the date, the month, and the year that you accessed it, and then end with the period. Your works cited for the definition is going to look basically exactly the same. Make sure that you're not defining your issue using Google search. Like actually use like Merriam-Webster or Oxford Dictionary. So title at the top of the page, it won't quite be at the top. It'll be like definition of identity or something like that. And then make sure you have capital letters, period, speech marks around it. And then the name of the website is in italics, so Merriam-Webster or Brainy Quote, or, well, I guess we're talking about definitions. So dictionary.com, I guess, Oxford Dictionary. And then if it fits, put the web address here, but if it doesn't fit, then return, tab, copy paste, but make sure it doesn't hyperlink, turn blue, or get underlined, put the period, and then access day, month, year, period. And again, if it runs on to the next line, tab over. So at the end, it'll look something like this. If you have any questions, let me know. Like, works cited pages, they're always a little bit of a pain, but all I can ask is just follow the directions really, really closely. Like I said, there's no sense in losing points because you have you're missing a comma or a period, or, something's, not capitalized. To just be really conscientious of it. So if you have any questions, hold on, just going backwards. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, hopefully, you feel pretty good about formatting your paper, doing your works cited. Make sure you proofread it over. Give it to someone else to proofread, and then submit your final version. Thank you.